I hadn't have had the Bloomsbury vision, I don't think I'd be in this position right now. I think I'd still be very, very poorly. The day that I will always remember was a few weeks after I attended the enterprise course by the Prince's Trust, and I suddenly collapsed to the floor. I was going blind and I was tingling all over. Although I was numb, I was also in so much pain. At that moment, I believed that I was very, very close to death. Then I went to the hospital and I was cleared for having just anxiety. And then I made my way to bed and I was there for months onwards. I hit a point where I slipped into a state of depression. I knew that I was either going to die naturally from what was happening to me, or I wanted to end my life. My sister came into my room and I remember her saying, why is it that there's never a bag brand that do really, really beautiful classic designs that are really, really simple and just fit what you want to fit in it? And then that sparked the idea initially of Charlotte Elizabeth, and my brain just started working and I just saw the Bloomsbury in my head just instantly. I just felt like that was the bag that she was after, and maybe someone else may just want that bag as well. I kept just seeing flashes in my head of the Bloomsbury when I was coming out of paralysis and starting to actually be able to use my hands and maybe sit up for, 2 minutes a day. My mum actually brought in a notebook and I think it was a pen. I remember holding it and trying to draw out the Bloomsbury, and it still maintains the exact same shape, where it was this beautiful handle and this curved flap, and then the sides which would come down and curve out and go wide. And that was my vision which I had in my head. I think getting it out there onto paper was really freeing for me. For so long when I was ill, I couldn't speak to people. I physically couldn't speak at some points. And I think when you've been through so much, your character is stripped bare. And I felt like Charlotte was just gone for so many years and I was just surviving. I was barely coping. The Bloomsbury prototype, first one, it actually arrived on my elder sister's birthday, so I always remember it. And it came along and I just remember opening it and just feeling, I feel really emotional. I felt really overwhelmed because that for me was, it wasn't just a bag, it was everything that I'd been through. Even though I was lying there feeling so physically dreadful, to actually have something to look at was just so amazing. And on from there, when I got a business plan formed, I was able to go back to the Prince's Trust, all but 2 years later, a little bit later than expected. When the first batch arrived, I remember just thinking, who is going to buy them? And I knew that, I loved them, but I didn't know if anyone else would. So I put them up online and I started getting orders in. And it was people from all over the world, all different walks of life. And I just remember being so overcome with emotion that someone would actually want to buy one. In my first year, I sold to 34 countries, and that was just huge because I never ever anticipated anyone even wanting to buy one of my bags but my sisters. So when I won the NatWest Prince's Trust Enterprise Award for London, it was so huge for me. To actually be awarded with such a prestigious award was such an honour. If it hadn't been for the Prince's Trust and me actually going along, getting their support for this idea, then maybe I may not be here today. Every single setback and tears cried over not being able to even walk up my stairs, it was all worth it because I knew that it was all leading somewhere outside of something that was so, so dreadful and so dark. I mean, I've never been as excited for life as I am this year, because I'm getting my health back, I'm recovering,